Hmm, there we are, finally. All right. Um, so don't mind me. I was just taking a little bit of time here to um, learn how to work some of this stuff. It's been a while, obviously. 2 years has probably passed since the most recent video or even live that I've done with this channel. And initially, that started around the time YouTube was looking to just remove Google Hangout from their platform, which made it really hard just for doing the group sessions that I would usually do on this channel to go over the topics and things like that. And then the other wall I ran into was just overall software for putting up the videos that I wanted to up here as well, so including like the quick takes, even the GeoBarsa stuff. All of that was, for some reason, just taking up way too much space on my laptop, more than it should have. Gone through a whole list of things to really address that, from backups to external drives, a bunch of stuff, really, which I'm hopefully, toward the tail end of that stuff, so I don't really have to hopefully deal with that shit anymore. So obviously, once things got to streaming again, is really at least where it's preferred, really at this point. And I'm not really expected to do all of these, you know, chop up points and add music and background and things like that. So um, I'm glad to at least finally get it back. On top of that, um, man, has so much time passed since we've been on here. I had a son April 29th, 2019, which was about a month after I I covered the Tevin Farmer uh, and Tevin Farmer and oh fucking hell, I'm already forgetting the fighter's name. But yeah, it was basically St. Patty's Day, I believe, for that fight in Philadelphia, the Zones event there. So that was basically the last thing really I did for this channel and just really boxing coverage in general. Um, and just life just ends up happening at least since then. So I had a lot of paternity leave, taking care of him. And then just overall, I believe the following year after that, 2020 was just it was really hard to just keep interest in boxing. Just due with the Cold Wars that just continue to go on, where certain fighters just aren't fighting, so we're just having to deal with, just whatever the whatever the promotional companies can provide for us, and um, kind of just lost interest for the most part. I kind of took a step back. Been following politics more than anything at the moment. Um, in the USA here, obviously, the 2020 elections were going on, so that was just a really big thing that consumed a lot of my time. Um, and just really responding to, and then just regular family order. So that just will kind of always, uh, be something in the way. Well, I wouldn't say really in the way, but it's a priority that you should obviously put first. So, what am I doing with this channel is a good question. I would still like to obviously cover fights and still talk about them mildly on the channel here. Um, and you guys know that for the most part, been trying to expand this as well beyond just boxing. Whether that's football or, and that's global football, by the way, um, or just current events, which I have been leaning more toward current events. Anyone who's followed me on social media, really of any kind, Mainly Twitter these days is where I spend most of my time. Has known that's basically where the general discussion has been. So um, once I once I get the software to do it, I would eventually end up start bringing some of maybe even my podcast. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't listened, but you're the manager, which is available on all platforms really where you can listen to podcasts. I've been thinking about putting those um, on video just with a simple background and just letting the audio play on that. I've exclusively had that just for Twitter, just because that's kind of just been my leftist void to scream into. Um, but obviously, at some point, you want to expand your audience, so try to at least do that in a slow way, not where it's just so dramatic. But yeah, I mean that's been pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to mention really further today. Um, I'm gonna take some of this time to play around a little bit. So, um, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just look away from you for a moment. Okay. And I want to try to play with some things here just so I can use it in the future. Solo layout. I want to go to. Oh, look at that! Two people watching and 2 likes. What do you know? What's going on, people? It's probably weird to see this channel live. Come on, man. You know what sucks is that this basically everyone working from home in these new Zoom uh programs and software and shit like that basically has turned us into our parents working working like working their phones and shit. I'm sitting here trying to get this oh wait, is that an option? Oh wait, I can do it. All right, hold on. It's easiest, best works on a good computer. What the fuck type of shit is that? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try to use this here, not that one. Application window. Chrome Lab. No, not the entire screen, just want the application window. Okay. Okay. All right, I think this can work. We'll see. Because you know something I always wanted to do with this is oh my god, I know you're gonna make me sign in. Great. Fuck it. Because one thing I wanted to do with this as well, because I know a lot of Twitch streamers are kind of like big in this moment right now because this is really right up their alley, just streaming from home and um, either just like scrolling fucking Twitter or whatever, just as a thing. And I always wanted to use this just as a way to kind of like watch old fights and things like that, where you can kind of just like break down film fighter styles and things like that. I always felt that that could be something that could really work out. Um, for anyone that likes to discuss boxing. Let's take a look at something here. Okay, so it doesn't actually look that bad to do in person, or at least, oh, Jesus Christ, I mean to to at least view on YouTube. So this is kind of cool. Let's see if we can. I really would want to open Twitter. I don't know. I'm not sure why that's acting so dumb right now. Oh, come on. Trying to make me share my password on fucking live. What are you doing? Ah, that's so obnoxious. Hold on. If I can. All right, I'm gonna try to just log in with this stupid fucking thing since it wants to do this now of all fucking times. Oh man. Great, and on top of it, I forgot the fucking login. So this just gets better and better. I hope it doesn't do this every time. Interesting. Here we are. Okay. So I'm going to go back to sharing again because that was obnoxious. All right. Ensure you can save the bloody password. All right. So here we are. This is something that I can probably do for a little bit. So, like I mentioned, Twitter is basically where I spend a lot of my time. For anyone who is kind of wondering, hey, George, where the fuck you been at? Um, you know, like I mentioned, life and just certain bullshit that you just get tired of. Like I said, that like once certain fights just stopped being made, and we just kind of got to a point where like fans were accepting that shit. I was like, man, what are we doing? If they're not going to take the keen interest in growing the sport, then why am I? Kind of sentiment is what I had at this point. So yeah, I'm just scrolling here, looking at the notifications here of what's going on. So in this moment, I'm sure you guys are aware of the political scenario. Joe Biden just took office, and not really expecting much to take place out of a Biden administration. So just kind of having some back and forth with some people here. Today's topic, though, is actually pretty intriguing, but still frustrating nonetheless. Is and I'm not sure if you guys seen it, but there was a video of like some Boogaloo boy, um, I guess Boogaloo because they're wearing like the Hawaiian shirts with AK-47s. Um, so I guess that's pretty much it. But yeah. So there's a video of this guy that's basically hitting really all the points really that um your normal leftist would usually be talking about. How basically the corporate powers that exist are in both parties, and how they never actually really give a shit about us. Um, and all of this stuff where you're usually expecting this guy to say something not like that, at least, or at least racist or something like that. Um, and he caught a lot of people off guard. Some were like sharing it, like, wow, that's kind of weird that I agree with everything that he's actually saying. And then there's people that are just like, oh, yeah, we just shouldn't trust it, even though they're saying right things. Shut them down right away. Um, and henceforth, where this debate comes from, because there's people on that side that are saying, like I said, just don't talk to them, don't embrace them. They share nothing with us. Um, we shouldn't be trying. Basically, what they're saying is anyone that like shares that is enabling fascism, things like that. And I differ the opinion. I think that if we can find grounds on things that we can clearly uh, note what the issue is and can point it out clearly, where if we know certain problems that are existing, we know why they're happening, but some are kind of routing that to maybe a just certain wrong conclusion on that. Why not help in that effort to guide? You know what I mean? Were you just going to preach to your own corners all fucking day and go nowhere and just embrace the cul-de-sac that you're in? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't think you go anywhere or it's productive to keep that mindset. So I'm definitely for ex- not necessarily even expanding coalition. I'm not even saying being allies with these people. I'm saying take this moment to enforce your message, bolden that message, and strengthening it to broader coalitions. No one's saying endorse radical right wingism, but just show them that, look, that force that you feel that is pressing your neck, it's actually been on all of us, and it's been what we've been trying to tell you for years. So that's what today's whole little Twitter kerfuffle has been about. Um, and I think I would like to maybe start directing the channel in this direction a bit. There's going to be different types of streams that we'll likely do. But generally, since this is mostly what I'm talking about and covering for the most part, would be just like this. Now, to go back to some boxing news, though, was recently announced well, I wouldn't say recently announced, but Tyson Fury had created a post, a video recently, where, let me see if we can pull up just the video, basically saying he got a call to, oh, I don't know. Well, let's have Tyson do the speaking himself as soon as I get this fucking video pulled up. Everything runs tremendously slow, though, when you start screen sharing, I'll tell you that. Good grief. There we are. Let's see if Fury has the COVID goatee just like myself. Oh, come on. Don't be so goddamn delayed. Any day. There we go.
Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, heavyweight champion of the world. Yes! Just off the phone from Sugar Hill Stewart in America. We're gonna smash AJ. 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, done. Can't wait.
All right. So whatever the hell that means, basically it sounds like a green light at least for the fight to start. I'm all for it. Definitely waiting for that one. I mean, the third, even though I felt like it was completely undeserved. No one needs to see a third fight with him and Deontay Wilder again because we were pretty sure. I mean, listen, he fought 2 different fights and still won, in my opinion. He boxed his way in the first fight, came off the canvas in that last round, of course, famously, which is really the only reason why that fight ended up being close the way it was. And then we seen him basically continue that 12th round into the second fight, where he basically just bossed him, imposed his will on Deontay Wilder like no one has ever done before. Really, everyone usually is running away from Deontay Wilder, and rightfully so, considering he was the bigger man in that fight. So he should definitely have been taking that into account, even in the first fight, in my opinion. So that being said, who the fuck really needs to see a third fight? It serves no one really. So it's good to see them now move on from that chapter into what has now been the fight really that everyone's been waiting for. Uh, Finally, unification in the heavyweight division. So I'm really happy about that, and I think that's going to be it really for me. I think let's see here. I'm just looking at the is this still up? Oh yeah, it is still up. Okay. All right. So yeah, so with that, I'm going to close out the stream. Thanks for anyone who's even watching right now for this test run. And I hope to use this channel a lot more. And again, if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter. I think with that, we're going to end it here. Peace out.